response. Let's also tell you, viewers, what has been happening. There has been a national resolve against terror. That clearly is there. There's a deal, to have a crushing blow to terrorism. There's full faith in the Indian Armed Forces. That has been happening and reiterated in the kind of meetings that have been taking place since yesterday. The armed forces have been given complete operational freedom. They decide the mode, the targets and the timing of the response. That, as per sources transpired in this meeting that happened yesterday, very crucial meeting that has taken place yesterday, as well as all of them that are lined up today, whether it's the CCS, CCP or the CCEA, and eventually the final cabinet meeting that is expected today. Now remember, days after vowing that perpetrators of the Pahalgam terror attack and their backers will be given an unimaginable punishment, Prime Minister Narendra Modi gave a free hand to the forces to respond however they deem fit. In the high-level meeting chaired by the Prime Minister at his residence last evening, he resolved to deal a crushing blow to terrorism. The Prime Minister expressed complete faith and confidence in the professional abilities of the Indian Armed Forces, giving them complete operational freedom to decide on the mode, the targets and the timing of India's response. Take a look at how India's military prowess compares with that of Pakistan. What are the military options that India has? Uri-style surgical strikes by commandos. That is one of the first options that India has. Balakot-style airstrikes on launch pads. We've seen that, been there, done that successfully. The other option is armed drone swarms to destroy camps. That is also something that India can look at, the usage of drones. Targeted strikes by raw assets and special forces snipers. That, of course, is also one of the biggest options. There's another option of cyber ops to target ISI's digital infra, extremely crucial in the kind of time that we're living in. Cyber warfare, digital misinformation is all of, something that India has to be dealing with. My colleague Rishabh is joining us live on this. Rishabh, there are multiple meetings that are taking place today in the national capital. All eyes on what India decides, how India moves next against Pakistan-sponsored terrorism. What's the latest that you're picking up as far as India's response and, the global support that has been pouring in for India is concerned?
Well, if we talk about India and its response, there are two things that we need to remember right now. India's response will be of surprise. We know that, be it after Uri, be it after Pulwama, we have seen the surprise element being the main weapon of the Indian forces. So right now, the surprise is something that it needs to be taken into consideration. As Prime Minister has said in Bihar, that this will be unimaginable. We will locate, identify and destroy the perpetrators of Pahalgam attack. Whether it will be precision strike, whether it will be a localized area in incursion, whether it will be Navy, Air Force, Army, still not clear. There have been back-to-back meetings that have taken place. Yesterday we saw the Army Chief, Air Force Chief, Naval Chief, NSA, Defense Minister sitting with Prime Minister. In the visuals that came in, the body language clearly showcased sincerity and seriousness of that very meeting. Apart from that, if we talk about today, as we are talking, the CCS is currently underway at the 7 Lok Kalyan Marg. All the options are being looked into. Prime Minister has given a free hand to forces to decide the time, mode and intensity of the response. We'll have to wait for that to happen. Pakistan says that the attack will happen within 24 to 36 hours. The Federal Minister for Information had some, some kind of intuition that he decided to hold a statement presser at around 1:45 local time, which was around 2:15 a.m. Last night here in New Delhi. It happened in Islamabad. But having said that, everyone is just right now guessing. All eyes on the 7 LKM, all eyes on South Block, that how things will figure out from here on. But one thing is clear, that the meetings have concentrated around the response, and a concrete response is an often.
Absolutely. We will, of course, have to wait and watch how this really moves forward as far as India's response is concerned. But remember, viewers, just a few days back, you had India and France signing the Rafale jet deal. And that, of course, is, a big boost to India's operational preparedness. But let's also take you through what sort of missiles, which are part of the weapon system, boost India's operational preparedness and make it ready for war. Let's quickly take a look at that. Scalp, a long-range standoff missile with a range of 500 to 600 kilometers, is something that India has in its weapon system, in its missile weapon system. Meteor is another one, long-range air-to-air missile with a range of more than 100 kilometers. There's also the MICA, air-to-air interception, combat and self-defense missiles that are available in front of the Indian military forces. 60 to 80 kilometers is their range. Scalp, of course, like I said, there is the long-range standoff missile. So these are the kind of missiles, part of the weapon system that India has right now in its, preparedness as far as war is concerned. Of course, there is, the military strategies that have been taking place as far as India's military action is concerned. But Pradeep, to you, the kind of operational preparedness that is needed is obviously there with India, but clearly a rattled Pakistan has been making one after the other statements about how India might attack Pakistan in the next few hours, whether it's 24, 36, 48, just the duration keeps changing and the people making such statements keep changing.
See, when your information minister is having a press conference in the middle of the night, what clearly it indicates that India has already given sleepless nights to their netas as well as the people there, because they know here is a prime minister who knows how to translate his words into action. He has done it in the past, and this time also he is quite serious that there is going to be strong retribution with great enormity. And it will be much higher than what really happened in Balakot and what really happened after Uri attack. Because Prime Minister had already changed the paradigm of military strategy. Because we saw that earlier, everybody used to say if you are going to cross line of control, there is going to be a war with Pakistan and India will face so many losses. So it is not a good idea to start a conventional war with a country that too has got a nuclear weapon. But Prime Minister Narendra Modi was able to call their nuclear bluff. He decided that if you will continue to violate line of control is not going to be sacrosanct for us and we'll cross it. And after Uri attack, we saw how our forces crossed line of control. They went into the Pakistan territory. They were able to destroy many of the terror training camps. And the same way in 2019, within 12 days of Pulwama bombing, Indian Air Force was able to penetrate deep inside Pakistani territory and was able to demolish and decimate Jaish-e-Mohammed center. And this time again it has sent shivers down the spine when Prime Minister said it will be the free hand he has given to the army. Final countdown is begun and Pakistan knows that it's now going to happen anytime. That's why they are saying that what actually the Indian incursion is imminent and within 24 to 36 hours they can do anything, because they know this man has got the political will and whatever decision he has taken, then he's not going to back off from those decisions. So that's one of the reasons that Pakistan is quite worried and they are calling here and there. They want actually US or anybody else to intervene so that they can stop India from carrying out strike, because they had no idea that India will take it so seriously and there will be so many meetings, because India is well prepared. Already Prime Minister said because their resolve is to crush terror. Crushing terror doesn't mean that they are going to go after those jihadis who are operating on J&K soil. They'll be going after the fountainhead. The fountainhead of terror is in Pakistan and they're going to demolish and decimate that fountainhead. Even for that, even if they have to go for those terror commanders like Hafiz Saeed, Masood Azhar,
right,
go for that.
We're also getting news that the second CCS meeting has now concluded, viewers. Very crucial meeting that took place at 7 LKM in the national capital. The first meeting of the day, extremely significant. That has now concluded. Of course, we will keep getting you details of what actually transpired in that meeting. But remember, extremely important meeting that has just now concluded with the Prime Minister leading it, the Cabinet Committee on Security meeting. The second CCS meeting since the Pahalgam terror attack. Extremely crucial decisions being taken as far as India's response to Pakistan-sponsored terrorism is concerned. We will get you more and more details as they trickle in of what actually transpired in this meeting. But right now it's time for a short break. I thank all my colleagues on ground. We will keep getting you the latest from there. But right now it's time for a short break.